There are no B-list allergies. Do you know anaphylaxis can occur to many things, like exercise and medicine, latex and insect stings? What tops the list at number 1 is no surprise but food. The allergens among this group are too many to include. Allergies are endless when it comes to foods we eat. Food additives and vegetables, fruit, grains, and even meat. Therein does lie the problem. Just 11 made the list. Food allergens less common are then frequently dismissed. The fact that a select few have been named celebrities doesn't make them more important than all other allergies. It was a star-studded event, the most glamorous of the year. The red carpet was rolled out for the top allergen premiere. Fans were gathered on the sidewalk, some flew overhead in blimps, each one hoping for the same thing, of the stars to catch a glimpse. The A-list being celebrities, the allergens elite. Each thought that they were better than the crowds lining the street. Forgetting not so long ago, they too weren't on the list. The stars walked down the carpet as if fans did not exist. Peanut made her entrance in an haute couture design, always trying to steal the show and every allergen outshine. Waving wildly to their cousin were lupin, lentil, bean, and pea, but Peanut wore sunglasses and pretended not to see. In a pair of platform shoes and a jewel-encrusted vest, Sesame had voted for himself to win Best Dressed. When Coconut and Carrot screamed, "We loved your latest movie," Sesame sighed and answered, "Yeah, I know, I'm pretty groovy." Shellfish strutted down the carpet, peacock feathers in her hair. For those not on the A-list, she'd no time and didn't care. When swinging from a parachute, Beef called down from the sky, "Shellfish, will you marry me?" She didn't bat an eye. BFFs were Milk and Fish. All they did was done together. So when Corn asked for an autograph, they both replied, "Ew, never." Past fans who waved and screamed, "J'adore," the stars right past them rushed. But when asked by press to comment on themselves, they stopped and gushed. The tree nuts all wore matching suits of teal and gold velour. They had come for just one purpose, to promote their latest tour. Exercise and Apple tried to hand each nut a rose, but the tree nuts didn't notice. As for press, they vogued a pose. Always fashionable to do, Soy and Wheat both showed up late. The two told paparazzi, "We're just friends, it's not a date." Barley and Sunflower asked the pair for a quick dance, but the stars twirled down the carpet without a first or second glance. Banana stood on chocolate, chocolate stood on squash and oats. They had written Egg a song and asked to sing her a few notes, but Egg was busy gazing in a fancy rhinestone mirror, and so focused on herself, their serenade she didn't hear. Latex waved his screenplay asking for a quick critique, and hoping to audition for small parts were Plum and Leek. The Sulfites gasped, "Oh no, we shall give no B review." And to cast a fruit or vegetable, my dears, that's just taboo. Then there was a sudden frenzy. "He's arrived," the stars all gushed. Off to meet number 11, down the carpet they all rushed. Mustard looked down at his outfit, still uncertain what to think. His stylist had assured him the new black was now hot pink. While once upon the B-list, Mustard too had been ignored, but now upon the A-list he was suddenly adored. After talking with the stars, Mustard said, "Excuse me, please." His friends wanted to see him, all of them bee allergies. Mustard stopped to chat with Hornet, high-fived Wasp, and shook Bee's hand. He knew all the stinging insects, having once played in their band. He waved to Avocado, with the berries stopped to talk. There were faces that he recognized all up and down the block. Then Mustard heard a psst, causing him to turn and look. What he saw was Penicillin beckoning from a small nook. As Mustard turned the corner, he saw several of his buds. There stood Turkey and Mosquito and the red and yellow spuds. We cannot join the party. You're not welcome, we were told. Can you get us invitations, pleaded Cantaloupe and Cold. Mustard had an invitation, but it said just good for one. So he told his friends to wait there, and he'd see what could be done. But the answer that he got, it would never be allowed. His friends were on the B list, not the it list or A crowd. As Mustard stood there thinking that this really was not fair, he heard the sound of trumpets and saw spotlights in the air. This would be the moment everyone had waited for. Pulling up was now a limo with AH upon the door. The guest of honor had arrived, the highest star upon the list. All called her antihistamine, actress, philanthropist. The top allergens all envied her remarkable career, and in all she did and said, AH was held in deep revere. Yet the stars now stood in silence, all in utter shock and awe, their mouths hanging wide open, not believing what they saw. On her left and to her right walked in Cinnamon and Rye. That they were from the B list made the stars all gasp. Oh my! Antihistamine said loudly, all this silliness must stop. No one spoke or made a move, and not a pin did dare to drop. You are under the impression this is just an elite club, but what I'm here to tell you is that's nothing but pure snub. I used to be obsessed with only making movie sequels, but now I know my life's work is to teach that we're all equals. Soy and egg looked at the tree nuts, milk and wheat both looked at fish. It ashamed them to discover they were rude and so cliquish. Stepping forward for the group, Shellfish tried to make amends. To the crowd, she said, we're sorry, and we'd all love to be friends. From this day forth to every party, gala, and event, to each and every allergen, an invite shall be sent. As Shellfish finished speaking, all was still with silent pause. Then suddenly the whole street roared with laughter and applause. Antihistamine said proudly that her work here was now done. Then to each and every allergen she said, go have some fun. For the first time, a top allergen did not star on the news when gelatin and poppy seed were swarmed by TV crews. Shellfish had a chat with Beef and found he really was quite nice. Milk and Fish stopped to sign autographs with romaine, beet, and rice. Peanut said to the legumes, who were sad and looking glum, my dear cousins, for my rudeness, do I have to tell my mom? The sulfites each told Latex that his play was 2 thumbs up. Then they offered Orange and Eggplant jobs in costume and makeup. Sesame was excited, saying, I'd love to, yes, oui. When asked to share his fashion expertise with the kiwi. Soy and grapefruit do-si-doed, wheat and onion danced the tango. The tree nuts posed for photographs with garlic, pork, and mango. Egg met with her fan club and they sang for her a tune. Dye and Chicken took a photo for the Allergen Tribune. Regardless of their status, those obscure or those with fame, forevermore all allergies were treated just the same. Antihistamine and Mustard sighed, this ending now feels right. Then they stood and watched together, fireworks light up the night.